What is up, y'all? It's your boy Fuebo John here, and I'm back here with another video, man. I know, man, I've been gone. I need to stop doing it. I don't know why I keep doing it, man. I just been busy lately, school is starting to come back online and stuff, I've been busy, but today, we're gonna do it, man. We're gonna do a little, NBA predictions, for the playoffs. This year they're in the bubble because COVID-19 and stuff like that. I'll be doing, the conference finals. I said conference finals. First round, second round, the conference finals, and the actual finals, man. So let's get right into the video. So as we see, the NBA right now, it's in the bubble, COVID-19, this whole pandemic and, around the world and stuff like that. So for the NBA, they're doing it in the bubble, to, risk, spreading the coronavirus and everything like that. But we're going to start with the Eastern Conference Finals. You see, we're looking at the standings. We have Milwaukee number 1, Toronto number 2, Boston number 3. My favorite team, the Miami Heat at number 4. The Indiana Pacers at number 5, the Sixers at number 6, the Brooklyn Nets at number 7, and the Magic's at number 8. So for the Bucks, man, they've been going off this year, man. They have the highest record in the NBA. They have an MVP candidate in Giannis Antetokounmpo. They have a great team. A great second All-Star on their team, Chris Middleton. They could. I feel like they have a trip to the finals this year. They have a chance to make it to the finals this year and possibly win. You never know. So in the first round, they're facing the Orlando Magic. This series, I don't really think it's gonna be a real challenge for the Milwaukee Bucks. I think that because I like the Magic, they have some injuries and stuff. As y'all know, Jonathan Isaac, he got injured. His knee. Y'all know all of that, man. He got injured and stuff. I feel like that's a big hit for the Magic. Giannis, I feel like he's on the road this year. I don't think nobody could really stop him. So basically, I got the Milwaukee Bucks, going 4-0 against the Orlando Magic in this series, man. Now next, man, we got Toronto versus the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets just last summer, if you think about it, they signed Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Jordan, a lot more people, man. So they're obviously injured, all injured right now. They're not gonna play this year. They're not gonna play in the bubble or anything like that. They're gonna play next season. So really, the Nets really have nobody except Karis LeVert and stuff like that. Karis LeVert, he been balling lately. I've been seeing him, stuff like that. But the Toronto Raptors, the former champions, last year and stuff like that, they beat the Golden State Warriors, with Kawhi Leonard, and they're still a contender without him and stuff like that. I think they will, probably, do a lot of damage in playoffs. Like they're really, I'll say they're really underrated. I'll say that about them. They're really underrated. But with this series, with the Toronto Raptors versus the Brooklyn Nets, I got the Toronto Raptors sweeping the Brooklyn Nets 4-0. Now next, man, we have the Boston Celtics versus the 76ers, the Philadelphia 76ers, man. Man, this is the series I really wanted to see, but Ben Simmons, he's gonna play in the playoffs, but right now he's injured. Same thing with Joel Embiid. Well, Joel Embiid, he's not injured, but he's probably like day to day, injured. But Ben Simmons, he had surgery. I heard he could have come back, for the playoffs and stuff like that. But this is a playoffs. This is a series I really wanted to see. I don't really think it's gonna be an equal series because they obviously don't have their star players. But if it was with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, I'll probably have the Boston Celtics. I have this series going to Game 7, but now without them, I feel like the Sixers, they could make this a 5-game series, but the Boston Celtics will still win. So right now, without their star players, I feel like the Boston Celtics will win 4-1. Now this series is interesting. We have the Miami Heat versus the Indiana Pacers. This series, man, the Miami Heat is my favorite team, man. I have the Miami Heat sweeping the Indiana Pacers. The Indiana Pacers, I don't feel like they'll win a game against us. They haven't beat us this year or anything like that. The years past we beat them. But yeah, I feel like we're gonna sweep them. I feel like Jimmy Butler's gonna go off because him and TJ Warren, they have their little their little feud or whatever they got going on. They have something going on. I don't know, man. But I feel like the Heat will sweep the Pacers 4-0. So now, as the first round is over, man, we have the semifinals, and now for the first round matchup, well, second round now, we have the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Miami Heat, which they both advance because I think they are, in my opinion. Now for this series, man, I think the Miami Heat, they're just too much, to be honest. That's my opinion. We beat them. We're literally the only team in the NBA beat them like 2 times, I think, something like that. The game we just played against the Bucks. We're leading by like 20 something, but like they came back and won. We didn't even have our star players, man. We didn't have Jimmy Butler. We have Dragic. I'm not even making excuses. I feel like we're just too good for them. But I feel like the Miami Heat, they're gonna beat the Milwaukee Bucks in 6 games or 5. But to be more realistic, I'll probably say the Heat beat the Bucks 4-2, and that's in 6 games. So yeah. Now for the semifinals, we have the Boston Celtics versus Toronto Raptors. This is the second and third seed, by the way. This is gonna be a really great series to watch. I feel like it was really good. I feel like Jason Tatum is gonna go off. Same thing with Kyle Lowry. Even though Kyle Lowry, he's known for not playing too good in the playoffs, but I feel like he covered that up last year. As I know, the Toronto Raptors won the championship last year. But this series, I feel like it's going to be interesting. I feel like it's going to go to Game 7 with the Boston Celtics winning. I feel like Jason Tatum's going to go off. Same thing with Jaylen Brown. Like in the bubble, I feel like Jaylen Brown, he really improved tremendously. I feel like he's a great player. The Boston Celtics, they're gonna be good, in the years to come. They have 2 great, two-ways. Well, not really 2. Jason Tatum's not really a 2-way, but I'll say Jaylen Brown is. But they got 2 scorers, that really can score the ball and stuff like that. But this year's gonna be really close. Toronto, they have a great, duo with Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet. Also, they have Siakam, Marc Gasol, Serge Ibaka, all these great players they have on the team. But I feel like that's not enough to beat the Boston Celtics in the 7-game series. So I have the Boston Celtics winning in the game of 7. So now the Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics. I know you guys could go in the comment section. Y'all can complain all y'all want. The Bucks are not in the conference finals. I don't care. Y'all can complain all y'all want. I feel like the Miami Heat will beat them. But now in this series, we have we in the conference finals. My bad. We have the Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics, man. As I know, we beat the Boston Celtics in the bubble. We didn't have Jimmy Butler, Dragic, all our other assets and stuff like that, but we still were able, to beat them. They didn't lead in the game at all. Duncan Robinson, they all went off. They all went off. Bam Adebayo, they were playing well. This series, it's gonna. I don't really want to say close series, but I feel like if you go to a game of 6, with the Miami Heat winning a game 6, yes, I said the Miami Heat. I feel like they're gonna win. I just see it. I feel like they're gonna win this series. I feel like they can go really far. In the NBA playoffs and stuff like that. So really, I have the Miami Heat winning the game 6. So now we have the Western Conference final. The Western Conference. I said Western Conference Finals. My bad. The Western Conference. This conference, I feel like it's gonna be great to watch this conference. I'm really ready to watch this. I'm really ready to watch the Battle of LA. See what they're gonna do and stuff like that. But we have the Lakers at number 1, the Clippers at number 2, the Denver Nuggets at number 3, the OKC at number 4, Houston at number 5, Utah Jazz at number 6, Dallas at number 7, and number 8. It's not told yet, but it's not like final yet, but it's gonna be a playing series. I think the 2 teams that will be in the playing series, I think it's gonna be the Suns and the Trailblazers. The team I think is gonna win, I feel like the Trailblazers are gonna win it. Damian Lillard, he's on a run. I feel like he's been going off since in the bubble. I feel like he's mad at somebody. He wants to prove a point and stuff like that. But yeah. So like I said, I feel like the Trailblazers are gonna be the 8th seed. So basically, Trailblazers gonna be going against the Lakers. Against the Lakers in the first round. So I feel like this. I really didn't want the Trailblazers to go on. I feel like they did better throughout the season, but they have to do with injuries and stuff like that. But I wish they would have been higher, higher seed and stuff like that. I wanted to really see a Clippers and Trailblazers matchup. If y'all don't know, if you have social media and stuff like that, you can see Damian Lillard, Paul George, Patrick Beverly, Damian Lillard's sister, Paul George's wife. They all went at it, They all went at it during, the on social media, on Instagram and stuff like that. But I really want to see that. But it's gonna be Lakers versus the Portland Trailblazers. Damian Lillard, I feel like he's gonna go off. He's gonna go off. But playoffs LeBron is something you really can't, do nothing about. You can't really beat it and stuff like that. I feel like this series is gonna go to a game of 6. I would say game of 5, but I feel like the Trailblazers could pull another game. I feel like Damian's gonna drop 50, and they could, add another game to it. But I feel like the Lakers will win 4-2. Now, a great matchup. We have the Clippers versus the Dallas Mavericks. It's gonna be a close series. I feel like the Clippers will, pull it off. They have a better team overall. I feel like their team is stacked. A lot of depth and stuff like that. I feel like they're stacked and stuff like that. I feel like the Clippers, they'll probably win a game 5, game 6. Either one of those. I feel like Luka Doncic, he has more time, to develop and stuff like that. But I don't really think they're gonna beat the Clippers and stuff this series. But I feel like Kawhi is gonna go off and stuff like that. Same thing with Paul George, Montrezl Harrell, Lou Williams and stuff like that. They're all gonna go off and stuff like that. But I feel like Luka Doncic, Kristaps Porzingis, they could force 5 games, 6 games, stuff like that. But I feel like the Clippers, they'll probably win it all along, Next is going to be, the Denver Nuggets versus the Utah Jazz. We see these two teams face off during the bubble. It was a very close game. I think they went to 2 overtimes, something like that. It's a close game. They went to 140 something and 140 something. It was a close game. That's all I know. This year's going to be really close. I feel like the Denver Nuggets is a regular season team. I don't really think they really do good in the playoffs all the time and stuff like that. From the stats and what I'm seeing, they've been high, in the West a lot of years and stuff like that. But they really haven't really done anything. But they're going against the Jazz this year. I feel like they'll probably beat the Jazz this year in a game of 6. Matter of fact, no, a game of 7. I feel like Donovan Mitchell is gonna go off. It's gonna be a game of 7. I feel like the Denver Nuggets probably gonna pull it off in overtime or something like that, or a buzzer beater or something. But yeah, I have the Denver Nuggets winning a game of 7. And now the best series in the West, I feel like, my opinion, for the first round is gonna be the Oklahoma City Thunder with the Houston Rockets. Now, if y'all didn't know, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul used to play with James Harden in the Rockets, and now Chris Paul's in OKC, James Harden. Russell Westbrook used to be in OKC and stuff, and they went against James Harden in the playoffs when James Harden and Chris Paul. So it's gonna be a really, fun thing to watch. Russell Westbrook, he probably won't play the first couple games, so that'll probably give the OKC a little bit of advantage. I feel like Russell Westbrook is probably the most important player on the Rockets right now, because we already know what we're gonna expect from James Harden. But I feel like, Russell Westbrook is the most important. So since Russell Westbrook might miss a couple of games, starting the playoffs, the first couple of games, starting the playoffs, my bad. I feel like OKC could probably get at least 1 or 2 games off of him. But I feel like this series is gonna go game of 7 with the Houston Rockets winning, because Russell Westbrook is coming back. Now for the second round, we're gonna have the Lakers go and face off the Houston Rockets. This series it could go to game 5, game 6, but like I said, playoff LeBron, he's something different. So I have the Lakers winning in a game of 6. So now, as I can see for the next matchup, we're going to have the LA Clippers, face off the Denver Nuggets, and I feel like the Clippers, they have a possibility to sweep the Denver Nuggets. I feel like the Denver Nuggets are gonna get swept, and Kawhi's gonna go off, Paul George's gonna go off. If they each dropped at least 30 each per game, or if Lou Williams go off or something like that, it's probably be an easy sweep. I feel like, and yeah, I feel like the Clippers will win 4-0. And now the matchup we all been waiting for. The Battle of LA, the Lakers versus the Clippers. this series is definitely going to Game of 7. Most def is going to Game of 7. It's gonna be really weird. I feel like LeBron's gonna go off, Kawhi's gonna go off, both teams are gonna go off, Anthony Davis is gonna go off. I forgot about him and stuff like that. All of them gonna go off, But I feel like the Lakers could probably pull it off. I feel like the Clippers could probably win it all probably next year, but this year I feel like the Lakers. But I just feel like the Lakers gonna win it, Playoffs LeBron, you got AD, Kuzma, all these assets stuff. And I think Rajon Rondo is gonna be back by the time, because during the practice he got injured. But they said he should be back in a couple of weeks, and I think he's gonna be back by this time. So I got the Lakers winning the Game of 7. So I know this. You guys are probably laughing at me in the comment section right now while you're watching this, but I could probably change this, later in the playoffs. But right now, at this point right now, I feel like this is gonna be the NBA Finals this year. You guys are probably saying it's not realistic, but I'm telling y'all, man, this is what I think is gonna happen. Either team can win the series. It could be Lakers, could be the Miami Heat, probably Lakers. But next year, man, just the next year is gonna be a really fun year to watch. Next year, man, you're gonna have the Nets coming, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and stuff like that. It's gonna be interesting, year next year. But right now, it could be either team, could be Lakers or Miami Heat. I win it, probably the Lakers. So yeah, this year I got the Los Angeles Lakers, winning it all this year. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all turn on the post notifications, make sure y'all do all that good stuff, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.